It is with deepest respect and greatest honor that I wish to acknowledge Cowichan tribes on whose traditional territories we have our school. Welcome to this very special recognition ceremony for this year's grade 9s. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and I look forward to celebrating this special ceremony with you here this morning. I would like to introduce some of our special guests. Father Roger, if you would give a little wave. Father Roger is our parish priest and school chaplain. Thank you for being here, Father Roger. And Mrs. Bev Pullock. She is our superintendent of schools and took time out of her busy schedule today to come and be with us. So thank you both for being here today. I want to introduce myself. My name is Kathy Corman, and I am your principal. And that's mostly for the families that are zooming in and maybe not too sure who I am. Mr. Muller is our vice principal, so we're so glad that he is here and has done major work in setting this up. Our classroom teachers are Miss Natalie Lambert, give a wave there, Miss Lambert, and Mr. Brian Unterreiner, grade 9 teachers. And then we have Mrs. Douglas. I can make you wave even though we can't see you. She's been working hard with the grade 9s this year as well. Thank you for being here. Miss Horgan has also been working very hard with the grade 9s, and she's at the back as well. So thank you. Well, without too much further ado, let us start this special ceremony, and we will be explaining things as we go along. Father Roger, would you come and lead us in prayer, please?
In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. God, our Creator, help us to welcome you today with praise and thanksgiving as we celebrate your children of today and tomorrow. Help us to recognize their gifts and talents. May your gentle hand guide the decisions they make and their passions to follow. Help them to stay true to their dreams, to use their gifts and talents wisely for the common good and for the greater glory of your name. We ask this prayer through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Would Ms. Howerton and Mrs. Rasmussen please come forward and spread the blanket. Thank you. Mrs. Douglas is going to give us an explanation of the next part of our ceremony. It's the paddle ceremony.
Hi, Squirrel. Anta, Simthought. Good morning. Welcome, grade 9s and friends and family. This morning we're going to honor our children with our blanket ceremony, the paddle ceremony. Ms. Corrigan and Ms. Rasmussen just spread our blanket here, and that represents our stage, our sacred space. Our grade 9s are going to pass along the paddle of leadership to our grade 8s. Last year, the grade 9s accepted the paddle of leadership as representative in their journey in their education. And now that they're leaving the school, they're going to pass it along. Hi, together.
Would the grade 8s and grade 9s please come forward?
My name is Sienna Fernandez. My parents' names are Fritz and Debbie Fernandez. I was born in Westminster and have lived in Maple Bay for the past 11 years.
Hello, my name is Travis. My parents are Nick, George, and Melissa Jim. I've been born and raised in Duncan for 16 years.
Hi, my name is Erin. My parents are Amanda Sylvester and Corey Sylvester. I was born and raised in Duncan.
My name is Max Bethel. My parents are Sean Bethel and Mia Mendez. I was born in Victoria and raised in Southland, Ontario.
Will you accept this pattern of leadership?
Thank you for that, Sienna and Travis and Max and Aaron. Now I would just like to share a teaching with you about the blankets that we have wrapped around our grade 9s. It is to honor you in the journey and all your accomplishments that you've made so far. And it is also for your protection. In our culture, we protect those who we honor with the blanket. Now that you're moving on, we also want to give you that teaching of giving. If you wanted to, please pass along that blanket to somebody who has guided you, helped you. Could be a parent, could be grandparents, aunts and uncles, the teacher. All right, so very proud of you guys.
Grade 9s, I invite you now to take your blankets off and put them on the back of your chairs, please. Put that safety pin in the blanket so it doesn't. These blankets were specially prepared with several people buying them, and then you have to notice the corners have Q of A symbol and the year, so we have those specially made. Leadership is a big part of who we are at Queen of Angels, and I'll be speaking to that a little bit later. So the paddle of leadership has special meaning for us. I now would call forward the students who are going to give us the history of their time here at Queen of Angels. Please come forward.
Hello, students, staff, and guests. Throughout the many years of Queen of Angels, there have been many great memories. It's very nostalgic to reminisce memories of the past. To recap the years is difficult. However, there have been some unforgettable moments throughout the times at Q of A. Quite a few of us some of the earliest memories are Mr. Cadel's music carpet with its bright colors and assigned seats. We used to dance around the carpet and sing songs. One strange obsession that all the young kids of the year shared was an obsession with the collection of acorns during the fall season. Hiding the acorns in multiple spots, but at the time we thought to be extremely clever and secretive. No one would find the precious nuts. Looking back, they were definitely quite obviously hidden. Overall, I've learned a lot at Q of A, even from kindergarten.
One of the most memorable events in grade 1 was the guessing game that we played almost every morning, where one kid was chosen and was given a sticky note with something like an object written on it. The rest of the class had to ask yes or no questions to find out what was written on the sticky note. If we won, we all got 2 Mike Nikes, but no one was sure if the Mike Nikes were safe for Noah to eat, so Noah got to eat Pringles and Kit Kats. I don't know about anyone else, but I was pretty jealous. We had many trips to Victoria to see the IMAX and the Bug Zoo. I remember the bright colors of the Bug Zoo filled with weird and interesting bugs. The caretakers in the zoo would pull out centipedes and ask kids if they wanted to hold them. At the IMAX, we saw a documentary about whales, because at the time in school we were learning about them. The documentary started off with a jump scare with the whale jumping out of the water, making all of us start screaming in the theater, but while we were all screaming our heads off, Miss Corlin sat unfazed, most likely because she saw that documentary more than a dozen times. Of course, no one can forget the everlasting glory of the old wooden playground. Perfect for the game grounders, hiding spot for everyone's precious acorns, and the swing sets where kids fight constantly over and play the game Crossy Road, ending up with a lot of kids being kicked in the face. Grade 1 feels like it was such a long time ago, but it was full of good memories that we will never forget.
Grade 2 was a wonderful year, filled with lots of memories, thanks to Mrs. Walsh and Ms. Ewer. Some of our favorite memories from grade 2 was belting Let It Go at the top of our lungs every single day, pretending to be minions outside at recess, and having a fellow student go up to the microphone and scream, "Hoo!" Some academic projects we did in grade 2 included making the penguin diagrams, growing butterflies and releasing them, doing the parent journals, and going to the computer lab to create true pieces of art on kids' pics. At Christmas time, we performed our beautiful cover of Feliz Navidad while shaking on the beat with egg shakers. Both the grade 2 classes were lucky enough to have an elf on the shelf, one named Elsie, and the other one supposedly called Sprinkles. At our school, we always had buddies. In this year, we had middle school students, which were very nice, but still big and terrifying. Our favorite field trip of the year was going to the Bug Zoo and getting to see all the cute but scary insects. Some of the parent volunteers were fortunate to hold the tarantula. The second grade was really epic. Then came grade 3.
Grade 3 was an unforgettable year. Our teachers were Mrs. Annandale and Mrs. Carter. In Mrs. Annandale's class, there were 2 guinea pigs, which we think were named Cheerio and Cherry. Every day, 2 people would get to sit with the adorable piggies and cuddle them. One day, one of the guinea pigs got its head stuck in the cage and ended up there for multiple days. Eventually, a fellow student got him out. Honestly, I was surprised the guinea pig was okay. According to the kids in Mrs. Carter's class, they did a lot of reading, and of course, you can't forget the book bags we all had in primary. Grade 3 was when the Pokemon phase hit hard. Majority of the kids brought their cards to school and had lots of fun trading them. Some of our favorite memories from grade 3 was having Student of the Week and Scientist of the Week. Basically, they were weeks to help get to know the others in our class and bond with them. In grade 3, we had lots of clubs with some very interesting names, such as the Taco Club, the Unicorn Assassins, and the Gnarly Joe Potatoes. Grade 3 was full of adventures and fun memories.
During our grade 4 year, our teachers consisted of Miss Voss and Mrs. Durkin. Our time was lovely among both teachers. Notable memories include Miss Voss' ticket system, along with the smartboard of Miss Durkin's class. Many veterans of Queen of Angels also remembered that Miss Durkin's class was class years prior. Grade 4 was also the first year that we had Mr. Zubek as our PE teacher. However, we all remember the saddening moment when Martin's Pokemon cards were stolen. But there are also many good times that occurred throughout both classes. Grade 4 was the year that we learned expanded multiplication. Grade 4 also consisted of the peaceful pastime of deer, drop everything, and read. Personally, one of my most memorable moments was when Nicholas would invite us to go with him on the playground right outside of Bethany. Plus, who could forget reading the exciting legacy of Mercy Watson? Grade 4 was truly a year for us all.
Grade 5. During our grade 5 class years, our teachers consisted of Mrs. Meyer and Mr. McCann. Notable memories of grade 5 include our expansion of knowledge in the math department, like long division and continued practice of our multiplication skills. With Mrs. Meyer's clever tactics, she taught us our multiplication facts fast. But mathematics aside, Mr. McCann took pride in posting the Hector McIntosh speech among us, competition among us intermediate students, with along the snapping, clapping, and all the times calmness during our poetic art creations, as well as our design-designated spelling groups. Most memorable being of the classic Rainbow Beavers. And who could forget that grade 5 was the year of the talk? Which is safe to assume that day was the most uncomfortable days for us among innocent children. But our end of year field trip to Wild Play was truly a trip I would never forget. With it being the first time for some of us going high up into the trees, looking down from the foliage of the old timber, while the teachers had fun pastime of tossing pine cones towards our direction. Grade 5 was similar to grade 4. It was influential and integral to us all.
In grades 6 and 7, we made a lot of great memories. One class had Mrs. Lewis, and the other had Mrs. Walkie/Mrs. Mann. Everyone remembers Mrs. Lewis's exceptional way of teaching, with every moment being exhilarating and filled with fun. We all recall Mrs. Lewis's love of chocolate and Grandpa Steve, and how we got caught in a traffic jam in a hot, sweaty bus for about 3 hours. In Mrs. Walkie and Mrs. Mann's classroom, we had also experienced fond memories, from fun assignments to exciting field trips. We even went to Wild Play. Grade 6 was the last year we participated in the Christmas concert. 6WM had a reversed version of the 12 Days of Christmas, and 6L had a We Are No Longer Alone Revelation play. The play was so good, in fact, that a person literally passed out halfway through.
In grade 7, we had Mrs. Mesley and Mrs. Phelan. Grade 7 was a year filled with excitement and drama that kept the year interesting. In Mrs. Phelan's class, we did lots of hands-on activities to go along with what we were learning that kept us engaged. With Mrs. Mesley, we learned lots of math tricks and even designed our own board game while learning about integers. At the end of the year, we went to Camp Quantum, where we had lots of fun and forged many memories, from laser tags to the very tall swing that petrified all, and the disappointment of the closed floating water park, the exhilarating coming back. Grades 6 and 7 were wonderful years, and the experiences we gained will helped us with our future challenges in grade 8 and 9.
Our grade 8 night adventure started in September of 2019 with Mrs. Rasmussen and, oh wait, one class didn't have a teacher. Either way, in the beginning there were 2 classes, and God saw that it was good, but Noah Pasek disagreed and decided to switch, leaving his friend Martin all alone.
quarter, we gained our second permanent homeroom teacher, Miss Lambert, and she was subjected to the horrible mischief of past student Grady Bird, quite literally having her chair and whiz pulled out from under her.
In Mrs. Rasmussen's class, we faced three monsters: religion projects, the rubber chicken, and Mrs. Rasmussen, though she was a very nice monster indeed. It was around this time that Martin threw a fit at the front office and demanded to be reunited with Noah and Adar, with whom he was already taking all of his classes. Cheerleading started, and many people walked around in tights, with music blasting and Zumba that was everlasting. In December, news of the first COVID-19 cases were drowned out by Make It Jingle, as Bronwyn and Kaylin's Just Dance prowess finally shone through.
Among the Christmas tunes, grade 8 had heard the wall of cries of the grade 7s and the bathroom drink of winter formal. The perfect soundtrack for all your holiday needs. As January hit, we remember talking nervously about the progression of COVID, but all was forgotten again in February as our socials model project had all of us very busy. It culminated in one moment: Ava sneaking her arm through Sienna's model cathedral and depositing David's calculator inside, much to his chagrin.
Then we all left for spring break and never returned. Online. Despite all the challenges that came from working at home, math continued, and we participated in the Waterloo Math competition over Zoom. Around half our class returned to school, so everyone got to have fun in the mess that was hybrid learning. After that, online school finished with a class trivia Kahoot organized by Miss Lambert, where everyone began to doubt just how well they knew each other. Thank you to Mrs. Rasmussen and Miss Lambert for making our year special.
Cue back to the beginning of grade 9. Everyone is greeted by Mr. Muller's jokes and sanitizing, along with hordes of people wearing masks. Every room was decked out in the latest sanitary swag. Viper spray bottles, 2 different types of paper towel, large varieties of sanitizers, of which most have stank, and a giant bottle of lotion, which of course went over very well as the year went by.
Grade 9 was the year of ongoing social projects and jokes, featuring galleries from Madame Telfer and Muller's Bayville Wax Museum, The Wall, a plain wall in Mr. Hughes' room made beautiful by many abstract drawings, and Bronwyn's band, The Late Slips. Mr. Hughes' room was not only littered with strange drawings, but his mess of smartboard cords, which never seemed to work. The board turned hot pink on multiple occasions.
Towards the end of term 2, things picked up. Martin read Masha in our reading of a Russian play, and our ears were blessed with his soulful rendition of Masha's tree song. Miss Lambert introduced us to Chicken Nuggetville, a mafia-type game which had tensions rising and friendships broken. During our social studies project, Mackenzie and Sienna created a frisbee squirrel killer, which got stuck on the band room roof before they could hand it in. All these events are punctuated with everyone finding Eva asleep at random times, in random places, not during class, of course.
Travis strutted his stuff during his second try at the beat test, but never got past the line before the beat, which can only be faulted to his very groovy moves. Mackenzie showed off her hidden buffness with her 222 consecutive sit-ups, which awakened Bronwyn's dormant competitive gene, prompting her to do 301.
Damon twirled his skirts at one of these actions. Literally, he donned dresses and pink hats during our LA class reading of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. It was all around this time that the chair was discovered. A chair listed as free, found at the bottom of the ramp. The chair was wheeled to 9U by the greatest heroes the school has ever known. Since then, it has been the lottery prize of religion classes.
At Camp Quanos, a multitude of things happened. Ben, Chiari, and Mackenzie Jake completely decimated everyone at laser tag for once. After boarding the skyscraper, Ashley passed out on the 80-foot swing down and nearly fell out of her seat. It's comparatively shocking that she only sprained her finger. On Taylor's ride on the skyscraper, the rope that started the ride got stuck, and anxiety built as she kept pulling.
During lunch, everyone fought for tater tots, even though there was plenty to go around. The second day at Kiwanis, everyone was entertained by the ramming each other's boats and paddleboards, resulting in half the bus passing out on the way back to school. Notable mention to Ava, who fell 3/4 into the aisleway without waking up once.
The year ended with a week of exams, tests, and reviews, and the end of it was welcomed profusely. Thank you to Mr. Yu and Miss Lambert for staying patient during our shenanigans.
An even larger thank you to everyone, teachers, custodians, parents, and fellow students, who helped make our Queen of Angels experience very enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you, grade 9s. It's always interesting to hear about some of the things that I didn't know about till just now. So on there. Anyway, well done. Mr. Yu, Mr. Antarano, could you please come and tell us about the special gifts we have for our students today?
Thank you, Mrs. Carter. Good morning, everyone. In thinking about all the COVID protocols that we have to follow, it can be very easy for us to forget all of the people that make our experience in the school possible. And in your envelopes that you're receiving, there are a number of gifts provided by the people that have worked very hard behind the scenes. Please, when you get your envelopes after the ceremony, take a look inside and you will definitely see many things to cherish. Among these, from Queen of Angels School, is of course your certificate of successfully completing grade 9. You're allowed to go on to high school. A Queen of Angels lapel pin that will go in addition to any bronze, silver, and gold pins you may already have. A handcrafted cedar paddle to remember our very important paddle ceremony. A special picture of your time at Queen of Angels School, both the beginning and the end. And, of course, an original of this caricature created by your grade 1 bike class for you to cherish forever. From the parent support group, you are receiving the gift of a cross. From the Catholic Women's League, you are receiving handmade bookmarks created by a local artist, as well as a beautiful picture card. And then finally, from the Knights of Columbus, who've helped us so much over the years, you're receiving the gift of a Queen of Angels rosary. Please enjoy these things.
Mr. Muller, if you would come forward, please, and read the names of the students, and we will present these packages to you.
Thank you, Mrs. Corman. Our first student, Mackenzie Bennett. Tyrone Chadwick Murphy. Damon Chang. Dominic Charlie Peter. Doreen Dyer Price. Eva Elliott. Sienna Fernandez. Emily Petchko. Madison George. Travis George. Kaylin Iron Ashley Jack. Mackenzie Jimmy. Benedict Joe. Kendra Joe Williams. Rochelle Jones. Bronwyn Lee. Robbie Mack. Anna Muller. Noah Haziak. Kiari Peter. Taylor Sampson. Simon Sampson Joseph. Cadence Sampson. Nadia Seymour. Ava Strang. Gerald Sylvester. Jillian Telford. Mariah Tushley. We will now have the presentation of gold, silver, and bronze student pins. These awards are presented to students who display excellence in some or all of the areas of academics, athletics, citizenship, effort, and fine arts. They must have 86% or higher average for the entire year. I invite the students to come forward as their names are called. A bronze pin awarded for effort to Kiari Peter. A bronze pin in the area of citizenship for Damon Chang. A bronze pin in the area of effort for Mariah Tushley.
in Christ. A silver pin in the areas of citizenship and effort for Travis George. A silver pin in the areas of effort and fine arts for Cadence Sampson. A gold pin in the areas of academics, citizenship, effort, and fine arts for Sienna Fernandez. A gold pin in the areas of academics, athletics, citizenship, and effort for Ava Strang. A gold pin in the areas of academics, citizenship, and effort for Mackenzie Bennett. A gold pin in the areas of academics, citizenship, and effort for Martin Hussey. A gold pin in the areas of athletics, citizenship, and effort for Bronwyn Lee. A gold pin in the areas of academics, athletics, citizenship, effort, and fine arts to Anna Muller. A gold pin in the areas of academics, athletics, citizenship, and effort for Noah Hazel. A gold pin in the areas of academics, athletics, citizenship, effort, and fine arts, Jillian Telford.
Congratulations, everyone. Well done. Now we have some special plaques, some special awards. These are just given to the grade 9s. Similar awards are given in the other grades, but only grade 9s get plaques. And these are for the top student in each of the different areas. So I'll be calling out different teachers to present these. And I think for language arts, Ms. Lambert, please.
So for language arts, I have 2 awards to present, one for each of our classes. The first award, this individual had the highest grade in her class. She always puts 110% effort into all assignments and projects. The student has a beautiful talent for writing, always presented elegantly and professionally.
Her persuasive speech on Doritos are evil has us all questioning our snack choices. Congratulations, Sienna Fernandez. The second language arts award. This student also had the highest grade in her class. She demonstrated hard work and perseverance throughout the entire year. She always strived to meet deadlines and regularly came in at lunch for extra help. I've enjoyed teaching her language arts for 2 years now, and it has been a pleasure to watch her reach her goals. Congratulations, Taylor Sampson.
For top mark in math, Frederick?
The recipient of the Math Excellence Award for grade 9 is the person that certainly achieved the top mark in mathematics, achieving nearly 100% in each term throughout the year. This student is clearly setting an example of how all students should work, and that is great attention to detail, working well with others, and also working well with the teacher to improve technique. I am without a doubt certain that this student is going to achieve future successes in high school. Congratulations, Sienna Fernandez.
Top student in social studies.
The student receiving the Social Studies Award demonstrated a high level of interest and enthusiasm in this subject area. She enjoyed sharing her opinion in class discussions and challenging others' point of view. The individual exercised a lot of care and effort when it came to completing assignments, always exceeding expectations. It is my pleasure to present the Social Studies Award to Ava Strang.
Next is the top student in science.
I've never had a more difficult time in selecting one student to receive this award. I have to say that there is more than a handful of students that showed exceptional interest in the subject of mathematics. All of these students showed exemplary work in the detail they included in their labs, the research effort they put into their projects, and how they presented their projects. They showed complete knowledge. So without saying names, I do recognize all of your efforts, so thank you. You made this course a pleasure to teach. But I had to select one student, and this student demonstrates complete knowledge of her studies, especially with the research project that she did earlier in the year. And I would like to call forward Mackenzie Bennett to receive.
Next is French.
The French Award is presented to an individual who is eager to learn new things. He is inquisitive and curious, which allows him to reach a deeper level of understanding. Not only is learning a second language challenging, but it requires patience and perseverance, which he demonstrates on a daily basis. Félicitations à Martin Hassy. The Performing Arts Award goes to a student who demonstrated excellence and enthusiasm from September to June. This individual came prepared to class each week with a positive attitude that was contagious to everyone around her. Even if a performance or scene was not going as planned, she exercised patience and understanding, providing a positive role model for her peers. I am honored to present this award to Jillian Telfer.
Mrs. Rasmussen, would you come forward to present the Visual Arts Excellence Award, please?
Throughout the year in visual arts, students have been challenged to create original works based on specific criteria. Sometimes that involved using specific media effectively, other times it meant following a particular style of artwork. The student being recognized today has consistently demonstrated excellence, not only in her creativity and skill, but also in using media well to achieve her desired results. She always took direction gratefully and integrated suggestions into her artwork. It is my pleasure to award this year's Visual Arts Award to Mackenzie Bennett. While I'm here, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize a very special group of students. The grade 9 officers of the Queen of Angels Student Government this year have far exceeded all expectations. They host monthly events for Halloween candy collections, food bank donations, beautiful Project Beautiful, drawing contests, Easter egg hunts, movie afternoons, and everyone's favorite, the Kona Ice Truck. That's it. They were also diligent to include students from all grade levels and activities this year. I always had confidence of knowing that everything they were asked to do was going to be done well, even when that included preparing to host assemblies with only 1 or 2 days' notice. Through Monday Spirit Days, the student government not only raised enough money to sponsor 3 students through Chalice, but also donated over $500 to Jesu Ashram. And everything they accomplished was in adherence to COVID protocols during a pandemic. This group was by far the best student government I have ever had the pleasure to work with, some of them having served all 3 years I've been at Queen of Angels. Please come up, Damon Chang, Martin Hussey, Sienna Fernandez, Jillian Telfer, and David Stratton. Sienna, did you really call me a monster?
Sienna.
Thank you, Mrs. Robinson. Congratulations, student government. Mrs. Douglas, would you please come and present the Cultural Studies Excellence Award?
Mrs. Rasmussen, can you get in that photo?
All right, so this was a really hard choice for me. I've had such an honor to teach a group of students that have taken cultural studies for grade 9. This student that I chose has always shown a great love for our culture and our language. Travis George, please come up.
Mr. Ontrainer, would you help present the Athlete of the Year Award, please? Mr. Zubak couldn't be here because he's on a grade 7 field trip to hike, so thank you, Mr. Ontrainer, for helping with this.
First of all, thank you very much for letting me work with you every Friday morning in gym class. And having had that opportunity, I certainly agree with Mr. Zubak's selections for Female Athlete of the Year and Male Athlete of the Year. Mr. Zubak's selection for Male Athlete of the Year for his performance in a variety of fields, Travis George. Female Athlete of the Year, who certainly is not shy about sharing her athletic prowess in a number of sports outside of the school and inside the school, Bronwyn Lee. I'll also present the Sports Person of the Year award. The criteria for Mr. Zubak's selection was the person who positively promotes sports through various means such as participation, support for others, fair play, assistance with athletic events, including refereeing and set-up and other contributions. Mr. Zubak's selection for the Male Sports Person of the Year this year, Noah Pazio. Female recipient of the Sports Person of the Year award goes to Ava Strang.
Thank you, Mr. Entrener. Mrs. Bullock, I'm wondering if you would help present this. I'll talk, but you can hand it, all right? Please. This next award is the Bishop's Award. And this award is very unique. It's very different than any of the other awards because it is chosen by you. It is chosen by the students. The teachers really don't have any input into this. It's given to the person who demonstrates outstanding Christian spirit most consistently. And every school in our diocese, this award is given from the bishop to the graduating class. So if it was a school that went to grade 7, it goes to a grade 7. At high school, it's grade 12, so it goes to grade 12. Here, it's grade 9. The reason that it's chosen by the students is because sometimes kids can behave politely, kindly, all of that in front of adults, teachers, but maybe isn't quite so nice when just with the kids. By you choosing it, you have really chosen the person who is consistently with adults and with you, someone with a loving Christian spirit. I'm very proud and pleased to let you know that the Bishop's Award chosen by you goes to Jillian Telfer. Next is the Ken McKinnon Memorial Award. Ms. Lambert's going to present this. I'll let her read the criteria for it, but I have to tell you a little bit about Mr. McKinnon. Mr. McKinnon was a gentleman who was on the very first school board. He was here 56, 7 years ago when the school started, and he passed away just within the last couple of years. So his interest in the school was right from when the school started. Our school was built before the church was built. That's how important education was to this community. The basement of the school, now the French room and the learning support rooms, that used to be all open and was used as a church. And then it was used as a gym until this big gym was built. So, Mr. McKinnon has donated money over the years, and we wanted to recognize his contribution by giving an award in his honor with the things that he stood for and that he portrayed. And I'll let Ms. Lambert read that list to you. He donated money, and his son, the Fine Arts Pavilion, is named the Dave McKinnon Building, and the library is dedicated to his wife, the Marie McKinnon Library. So it is with heartfelt thanks and gratitude that we recognize the Ken McKinnon Memorial Award today. Ms. Lambert, your name, by the way, will be on the plaque that you're given now, and will go on a plaque that will go in the hallway.
The Ken McKinnon Memorial Award. This student has demonstrated a purposeful life, which means that this student is proactive in helping others, generous, academically strong, active in promoting positive change in school environment, responsible, and caring. This award is presented to Noah Pasiak.
The Sharon Kazarick Memorial Bursary, and I'll let Mr. Untriner tell you more about that bursary, but I would like to tell you about Mrs. Kazarick. A long time ago when I started at this school, Mrs. Kazarick started the year after I did, and she taught grade 2 for a little while, and then she taught kindergarten for 17 years. And Mrs. Kazarick was a lot of fun. She had those kindergarten kids doing all kinds of interesting things. She always cooked with them. I still remember it to make it look like a smile. She loved those little kids, just loved them. And she was such a valued member of our staff because she had such a great sense of humor. She always gave, she always shared. So their family, after she passed away some years ago, have contributed money to the school, and that is given as a bursary. So, Mr. Untriner, if you would tell a little bit more about the bursary, and I'll get the plaque for the winner.
The criteria for selecting the recipient for the Sharon Kazarick Memorial Award took into account a student who has attended Queen of Angels School for a minimum of 4 years, proven citizenship, and the ability to cooperate with others and demonstrate an all-around effort. There's a monetary value given to this award of $400, and this is to be applied to the recipient's post-secondary education. It is with much pleasure that I am calling forward Damon Chang to receive the award.
The next bursary, and Ms. Lambert will help with this one, is the Ice Poland bursary. Now, Mr. Poland was a school board member when I started here. I taught his eldest son in grade 6, and he was a contractor. He built things. So he built this gym in 1980, my first year teaching here. And I remember being in my grade 6 classroom and looking out as Mr. Poland would take a 4x8 sheet of plywood, hoist it on his shoulder, climb a ladder, go up to the roof, put it down, nail it, go back down, get another one, and go and put it up. All by hand, not electric nailers in those days. It's all by hand. After a while, he ended up being a custodian here, and he built and repaired a lot of the areas of the school. When I was teaching grade 3, small classroom, it's now the book room, he was building the 6 classrooms that go out for intermediate. And he used to throw rocks down, because he was such a tease. He would throw rocks down while I was trying to give a spelling test to the grade 3s. So then we'd call out to Mr. Poland, "Stop throwing rocks!" And the kids would laugh, and then we'd continue on. He was a real character, and he, again, had such a love for the school. He is still alive. He's in his mid-80s. He still goes to church. We see him every once in a while. But he's in his elder years, and he still cares and loves the school. He would be here today if it wasn't for COVID. So his spirit is very strong in the school for over 40 years. He has been a contributor and a volunteer and an employee. So, please, Ms. Lambert, if you would come and present this one.
This award, which comes with a $200 grant, is presented to the student who demonstrates a well-rounded skill set in the areas of academics, athletics, citizenship, and effort, and performing arts. I am pleased to present this award to Anna Muller.
By the way, Anna, there's a big cup, trophy cup. It's at the engravers right now, but we'll make sure that you get that. You get to keep it at your house for a whole year, and your name will go on the plaque in the front hall, as will the Sharon Kazarek Memorial, along with the Ken McKinnon. The CSTA, that is the Catholic
School Teachers Association.
Catholic Schools Teacher Association. See, when you're nervous, sometimes your mind goes blank. Is presenting a special award today. There's actually two. So, Mr. Andrina, would you present the first one, and then Ms. Howerton, you will present the Ellen Hannon Memorial? Okay, good.
This CSTA award is brand new. The teachers decided late this year that they wanted to recognize those students that remained with Queen of Angels through their final years, grades 8 and 9. So it's my pleasure to read the criteria for this award and to present the recipient not with a grant, but a $250 check to be used for academic purposes. You'll have to tell your parents. It's up to you. The criteria that the teachers decided upon states: the students who consistently demonstrate their best effort in all areas, academic, physical education, and fine arts. They display Christian values in their interaction with all members of our school community. And they also wear with pride a properly maintained school uniform. It is our pleasure as a collective teaching staff to present this first grade 9 award to Mackenzie Bennett. Congratulations.
This is another CSTA Academic Award in the name of Miss Ellen Hannon. Now, Miss Hannon was a teacher that started here when I did. She was 10 years my senior, and she was a very strong mentor for me. We became very good friends. So much so that she was the best maid at my wedding. And she was the first person to see my son after my husband saw my newborn son. She was a very, very good friend. She passed away several years ago, but this memorial award was prepared in her name. The garden outside the office area there is also prepared in her name. She was a fabulous teacher, and she cared passionately about kids and about education. I would call Ms. Howerton to come and present this award.
Well, Mrs. Corwin kind of said what I was going to say about Ms. Hannon. And Yeah, you would love her, and she would love you if she was here. And she loved the school so much that when she finally bought a townhouse, she lived right next door. So when the alarm went off on the weekend, she was the person who came over. So, but I will tell you about what the award is about. The criteria is really, really simple. This is going to go to the student who achieved the highest academics in all their core subjects: language arts, mathematics, social studies, science, and French. So I think Madame would be very pleased that we include French as being just as important as all the other subjects that were listed. It's going last today because it has the biggest monetary value of an award that we give out. So the recipient of this is going to receive a check for $500 to go towards their education. And I would like to call up Sienna Fernandez.
Grade 9s, it's your turn. I believe that you have some thank yous that you would like to share with everyone. And with those people who are prepared to thank you, please come forward.
On behalf of all the students and staff, we would like to thank Mrs. Pollock for her years of service beyond Catholic schools and for making time to attend the ceremony. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the grade 9 class, we thank Madame Anderson and the grade 7s and Miss Porter for their hard work in preparing our music this morning. Thank you.
We thank the ladies of the Catholic Women's League for their support, and their gift of handmade bookmarks.
We thank the Knights of Columbus for their support for the school, including all the pancakes and hamburgers, and the thoughtful gift of Queen of Angels rosaries.
We thank Queen of Angels Parent Support Group for their kind gift of crosses. We also thank them for the many hours they spent both working in school and fundraising on our behalf to help us participate in many wonderful activities.
We thank the Kazurek family, Mr. Polonennis family, the McKinnon family, and the Catholic Schools Teachers Association for their kindness, generosity, and support for our grade 9 class. Thank you.
Please, Mrs. Douglas, Mrs. Golton, Mrs. Porter,
and everyone else who made the Breakfast Club possible this year.
We extend our thanks to our school council for their continuing support. We also thank Bishop Gary, Father Roger, and the staff and parishioners of St. Edward's Parish for their prayers and support this year. We thank Mrs. Draper, our school community parents, and other volunteers for their hard work and dedication when they helped with hot lunch and other events this year. delicious treats after the celebration. We thank all of the Queen of Angels staff for the time they have spent coaching, teaching, counseling, and supporting our class. We are especially grateful to Mrs. Corman, Mr. Muller, Mrs. Millard, Mrs. Porter,
Mrs. Cleaves, Ms. Lemons, and Mrs. Douglas for helping put together this event. Special thanks to Ms. Carlin and Ms. Meyer and our Grade 1 buddy classes for the time and effort creating our portraits.
Thank you for that. I have another thank you. And this is to Mrs. Pollock. Mrs. Pollock is retiring this year. Not sure that we want to let her do that, but I guess she can and she must. She's much loved, much respected, very appreciated. She has dedicated her life to Catholic schools. She has been our superintendent for the last 7 years. And she has shown courage in her leadership. She's been decisive in her leadership, and she's been compassionate in her leadership. We are so grateful for your contribution to us, to our lives, and we just have a small thank you for you. Mrs. Telfer, can we say thank you to you as well? I believe you have a little treat for the kids after, is that correct? Okay, so there's a little something coming from Jillian and her mom. Mrs. Telfer is famous, as we know, for the candy she seems to find in different places. So could we give a little clap for that? I have a letter here from Mr. Nathan Sam, who is our school.
Okay.
And we needed to wait for that melody. This is from. Wow. Congratulations on behalf of the school council for completing your education with us at Queen of Angels. We hope that your memories of our school will be happy and encouraging as you strive to achieve your future goals. I can personally attest that the level of education that you received will help you on your way as you continue your academic career and choose your life path. Please celebrate this victory as you move on to your next challenge. As a community member, I look forward to witnessing what is to come. The following quote is true, because I believe you are all capable of achieving your most amazing dreams. And I quote, "Remember this, you are awesome. I am not suggesting you be boastful. No one likes that in men or women. But I am suggesting that believing in yourself is the first necessary step to coming even close to achieving your potential." And that is a quote from Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook. And this message is from Mr. Nathan Sam, our school council chair. I want to add to Mr. Sam's words, because I have been at this school off and on for a long time, and I have taught some of your parents. I've even taught some grandparents in this school. And I see you at this age, and because I've been around so long, I know that you are going to do well. You have had the roots that you need to succeed. And if you use those roots, if you use the work ethic that you have learned, if you learn the kindness and the manners that you have learned here, and you take that out into your education, the workforce, you will succeed. Our school is all about building in love, and I hope and pray that you feel that you were loved while you were here. Because you are, and you will always be part of Queen of Angels and the history here. I don't think I'll be around when your kids come. Hopefully you bring your kids to our school. But the memories will be there, and the pictures will be there. So grade 9, when you leave our school, please leave with good feelings, feel the love, and take that with you wherever you go. And please, please, please reach your potential. Don't give up. You will have friends here always, and prayers for you always. So congratulations, and happy recognition. All right? Father, would you come and say a blessing for us, please? And then we're going to watch the slides. We'll have grace, and then it's time for lunch. Please, Father.
I'd like to invite you to please stand for the blessing. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. May God, our Creator, who is blessed above all, continue to bless you in all things you do, so that what happens in your lives will work together for your good and the good of others. And may Almighty God bless you all, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
All right, now.